We know that we're living in a totally different market, and right now, builders have taken the market by storm in Southwest Florida. We know that there is a huge competitive arena where sellers of resale homes and builders of brand new homes are face to face in a never before seen matchup. So stop scrolling right now and listen to this episode of Agents in the Trenches because I am about to share with you an amazing interview with a local builder that has come on the scene just recently, not too long ago, in the last maybe 18 months, and they're taking the market by storm. But this is not just another builder. This is a builder that brings a vision. This is a builder that brings a heart set, a mindset. And this is a builder that is ready to let Southwest Florida know they're here to stay. They're here to make an impact. They're here to not just build homes, but build dreams, a lifestyle, and help families make the American dream of home ownership a reality. So, guys, if you're watching live, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching on replay, you know what to do. Start to share this with your audience because it is not too often that we hear directly from the mind behind the construction. And that's why this interview is going to be so powerful because not every builder in our area is willing to join us and have a heart to heart conversation and share with us not only about their product, but their vision for the next 12 to 36 months, why they're doing what they do, who they're looking to serve, what we should expect from them. How did this even begin? And the best part that I love is that this has become a dear friend, a colleague. Not only is she also a female that is taking the arena by storm. You know, the construction industry is mostly men. It's a man's world, just like real estate, but now women are showing up. So I want to bring up the builder of J&L Vision Homes, the woman behind the vision, my friend Jennifer Luna. Welcome, Jennifer. How are you?
Fine, thank you very much. Wow, thank you for the warm welcome this morning. Thank you for your words. Appreciate it. I feel very proud to be here and getting all this information to all the people in South Florida.
Well, welcome. We're happy to have you. And you know, Agents in the Trenches is the place where we talk about the real, raw realities of what is happening in our real estate arena. You know, there's a lot of agents out there that are now working to get homes closed. But today is special because actually, I believe you're the first female builder that I have on Agents in the Trenches. And we started back in 2022, I believe. So it's been about 3 years that we've been doing Agents in the Trenches, but this is one of a kind. So welcome. Jennifer, tell
Thank
us
you.
your story. Tell us about you. Let Southwest Florida and beyond know a little bit about who you are.
That is important because everybody has a story to tell, right? And obviously, I have my own. First of all, we've been in construction for like 20 years. I started doing construction since I was very like young. I was on the 20s, and then I started getting into the stucco work. I used to be a subcontractor to do stucco work for small builders at the time. Then it started growing into different and several very well known builders since then. But then we have a vision. This company is my husband and my company, and then we decided to go further. Like not just as immigrants, but just thinking about what else is needed out there. And then we start realizing instead of just getting into the subcontractor world, let's go start and jumping into something better and to keep helping families different levels. And then that's when J&L Vision Homes was created. J is Jennifer, L is Luis, my husband's name, and Vision because we start building in Central Florida. Back in the
Hmm.
day, when everything went down in 2008 in the big recession, a lot of houses they were pretty much in foreclosure, and then we took over into 2017. Then we saw the opportunity. A lot of people they saw like this is a ghost town. That was a town in Central Florida, and then we start thinking to ourselves, this is actually an opportunity to start
Mm-hmm.
building in this place. So a lot of people did not believe in that vision, but we did. So we start building houses in Central Florida, and then we're not just building homes. We actually building homes for families. We get to know very close to the people. So we are behind every transaction and in front. So people, when they want something, we make it happen. So I think it's very important to come from the background of what is needed to help
Mm-hmm.
community, which I love what you do, Lucy, by the way.
Thank you.
When I got to know you, this is what you do too. It's like you build not just for yourself, you build community to help others,
Of
and
course.
that's where we are at now. So then, when we are already set up in Central Florida, we decided to go to explore in Southwest Florida,
So
and
I
this
have
is
a
where we are
question
right
about
now.
that. I have a
Go
question.
ahead.
I want to know you were building in Central Florida. You live in Central Florida. What inspired you to expand into the Lehigh Acres? And what is that? What was that vision that you had when you decided to bring your product to Lehigh Acres?
When we were in Central Florida, we saw a lot of people eh, that they were struggling to find their own place, and then they were trying to look for a well family orientated builder that know their needs. And now when we start exploring different areas, because as a builder, that's what we do. We just not get stuck in just one place. We start looking for other areas where people they're going to. Actually, we start looking for growing communities, growing
Okay.
areas, developmental communities. And then we realized back in 2018, we started looking into other areas, and then we saw Southwest Florida. And back
Mm,
in the day, the laws they were very affordable. And it's like, okay, if we seen here in Central Florida a lot of people needing different kind of model for different kind of families, then let's make it happen in Southwest. So obviously, it's different to say than to actually like be part of it. Southwest Florida,
right.
I've been telling everyone, is one of the best places in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we start getting lots. You know, a lot. We acquire a lot of lots, and that's what we start building. Same concept like we did in Central Florida, building houses for every kind of families. But now we are adding investors into the equation as well, because the place is
Okay.
so beautiful, the South
It
Coast,
is.
that we adding for families and for investors as well.
Okay, so we have a lot of people watching. I want to encourage every single person here, share this live on all the WhatsApp groups that you belong to. This conversation is going to get deeper and it's going to get a lot more motivating and inspiring. So I want everyone, tell us what city you're watching from. Tell us what location you're watching from. I know that our biggest audience is our replay audience, but I want everybody to activate. Let's activate the chat. Let's ask questions. Let's engage. And I want to ask you one more question before we bring up our next guest, who I believe is in the green room, ready to go. Let's talk about competitive edge. Southwest Florida is beautiful. I've been in Southwest Florida since 1996. I got here as a young mom with a job like many people, that are in our area. But let's talk about the competitive edge because just like myself, when I got into real estate, there was only four Latino real estate agents. I was one of them. You are now coming into Southwest Florida, and there's a gazillion builders. Everybody's building a home. There's big companies, there's medium companies, there's small companies. With so many builders in Southwest Florida, what makes J&L Vision Home Builders different? Not only in design, maybe in construction, but also in the experience that you want to give your buyers.
That's a very good question. I think what makes us different, we're not just created to be ourselves. We definitely need to join forces with people that has or share the same visions, like Coach Lucy, um, like my obviously real estate agent, Iliana Correa, with Q International. So it's not just about building houses. A lot of people they think it's just building houses. No, it's building community. So when you get with the real people that, like you're saying, you've been here in the '90s that know exactly the area, and you impact the community as well in what you do. So that's the kind of people that we need to join forces. Besides this, obviously the like you were saying, the team that we have behind, the management. We have an entire group of Central Florida. Now we have another group here in South Florida. And knowing to know the subcontractors, a lot of people they don't talk about it, but that is very
Mm,
important. You need to
okay.
understand about what kind of subcontractors you hire, that they have the insurance, that if you have any kind of situations, they're gonna be there fixing your home. And backing up, we have a 7-year warranty. That's very important because we're not just going to buy a house and it's so beautiful. We are at the closing table. Now the people they're gonna be living in these places and they're happy with the family, and then something happens because we're not perfect. No builders is perfect, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, who you gonna call? So we
Right.
hire the contractors, subcontractors who have the insurance. So when in plus we are contracting a third party company that takes care of that warranty for 7 years. We will say in the car like bumper to bumper, but in reality it's for the entire house. Other than
Mm-hmm.
that, competition is good. I love competition because now it's so totally different in Central Florida compared to Southwest Florida. Central Florida, everybody is different. Everybody works independently. In Southwest
Right.
Florida, everybody works in community. Even builders. I have met several builders. I have met several real estate agents. I have met community. And that's how we become like part of a family in real estate. And that's why when I got with you, Lucy, that's something that I really love. That's what you've been doing for so many years. And I like that because you make people change their mindset, and I have the same mindset that you do have, right? It's not just about you, my product. I'm great. I do great houses for families, for investors. No, it's teaming up with good people that have your same vision and
Right.
get a good product, and obviously get to know what kind of families what kind of needs the family they have. And
Mm-hmm.
for the investors, because they're not even here and they don't even know the area, so make them feel not just welcome but have the knowledge to tell them what the area is
Mm-hmm.
and what they will get from their investment. So
Right.
it's pretty much the entire concept of getting very good knowledge of what you do, and with it, getting with a very good team like obviously we are. And and and, and I think that will make us different.
Excellent. So I want to bring up our next guest. She is someone that I met the both of you at the same time. Let's bring on Iliana Correa and give her an opportunity to introduce herself. Welcome, Iliana. How are you?
I cannot hear you guys.
Oh, what's going on?
Okay.
Some technical difficulties.
Sounds like she's having some technical difficulties. Hey, at least we know that we're here live, and you know what? Done is better than perfect. So let's continue with Jennifer. I'll see if my team can help Iliana, and we'll bring her back on. So, Jennifer, going back to the competitive edge, I think I am seeing something in the industry, which I myself am experiencing, right? We come from a very transactional um, era where everybody just does sales, everybody just focuses on the sale. We come from having the easiest 10 years of real estate. We come from having real estate agents that were just basically taking orders. And then 2021, we knew the market was going to be shifting. We didn't know exactly how. 2022, 2023, and then finally in 2024, everybody started to feel the struggle a little bit harder, right? So now we are in a place where I think people are starting to understand that they need to be able to not just do the transaction, but build a relationship with their clients, really focus on the client experience, really focus on the client experience. And I was just, having this conversation with one of my premier partners this morning, and I said, there's so much more I want to learn about what you do in your business, and there's so much more I want you to learn about what my team and I do, because to me right now, relationship is everything. Can you share a little bit of how do you feel about this going from transactional, where everybody's just selling homes, writing contracts, you're closing, closing, closing? Now the consumer wants to feel an experience. The consumer wants to feel valuable. The consumer wants us to pay more attention to them. How do you feel about that?
Definitely, that's a great point to talk about because it's very important how you treat your clients in every aspect from the very beginning, since the very first phone call until the closing table. Um, Make them feel comfortable, make them feel valued. They're just getting sometimes it's the first time buyers. It's a dream come true. Just be there for them. Uh, do the walkthroughs, interact with them. That everything that I'm saying so far is being done with a great team. If you have a great team behind, that is going to work. Because once again, I might know a lot of everything, like behind the scenes, being in the field, talking to the clients, but nothing will be possible if I don't have a good team. So, in every person
Right.
that is coming to the company, even though it's not like 100% part of the company, but collaborating with other people, that makes a huge impact uh, to bring the client to the not just the closing calls, to interact with them. There, after you close, then you need to keep like working with them whatever they need. Something as simple as where the garbage, where can I get the garbage cans? Oh, where can I connect the internet? Simple stuff. Do it before we do
Mm-hmm.
the close, and after, if they want to have some more questions, just don't disappear. Interact with them.
Right.
They
I
become
think
part.
after
Go ahead. I'm
a-
sorry.
after the closing, I think is even more important because, believe it or not, as real estate professionals, we do not do a good job in building that relationship after the closing or maintaining that relationship after the closing. I think the statistic is like only 11% of consumers refer clients to their previous realtor, and it's because there was no real connection after the closing. It's like, okay, we closed the property, thank goodness, I'm happy I got paid, and we're gone. But I like what you're saying about building that relationship after the closing. So speaking of team, I think your team is ready. I think your team is ready to get this party finally started. So welcome, Iliana. How are you?
You guys, thank you for your patience.
So let's go ahead and kick it off by you telling us a little bit about you, your story, what you do with JNL Visions.
Okay, well, I'm Iliana Correa, as you guys obviously know. I'm with Q International with EXP. I've been in real estate for 5 years. This will be my fifth year in real estate. And I am coming from Orlando to Southwest Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
That actually, I always think of that and I say, wow, it's true that when you want it, you'll do whatever it takes.
Yes.
When somebody wants to succeed, and let me tell you, you ladies know it's not easy. It's not easy. Well, I believe I know Jennifer has to know. I don't know if Eliana has been through many experiences in her short 5 years, which,
Not
by the
yet.
way, Iliana, the last 5 years have been easy real estate. It's now we're now getting into game time. But I wanted to ask you a quick question to kick it off with you, Eliana, and thank you for accepting the invitation to be here because I know, it's not easy to be on camera and go through all this stress. Jennifer was telling us about the vision that she has as a builder, right? You
Yes.
as a sales representative, for J&L Vision, how do you translate Jennifer's vision in her building philosophy and how she wants her product known among so many other builders in the community? How do you go about translating that vision that she has?
Well, I translate the builder's vision into buyer language. So pretty much
Okay,
I help them understand their why and their vision. And for example, as in floor plan, structural choices, how so they can feel confident that they're not just buying a house, but they're investing in long-term value. Day
nice.
and out vision.
So tell us a little bit of story. How did you end up having, Jennifer, how did you end up having Iliana in your Southwest Florida team? Because like she said, she moved down or yeah, she moved down from Orlando,
Yes.
you know, to represent you here.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about that
yeah,
story.
correct. Yeah, we're coming from Orlando. We had a great team in Orlando, definitely, but we're just trying to get another team here in Southwest Florida. So because we had a very good team there that we realized teaming up with good people, they have the same vision. So she came out from the same vision that that team had at the time. So when I saw her and I already was working with her, and then she saw our vision, and then obviously she's available. She's a very young lady that she can come actually and move to another place. So then I asked her if she would be able to do it, as she did with our team in Central Florida, and she was willing to do it and she took the chance, and I'm very happy because I couldn't make a better choice that putting her into the team, because she's been actually expanding, getting to know people, getting to know what kind of people we need to build houses for for investment properties, and obviously teaming up with good people, like like you, Lucy, and with International, and getting to know a lot of real estate agents. Once again, I don't see like a competition that's happening. I just see a great community, growing community, not just in Lehigh Acres for Myers, but all Southwest Florida, that we need to be united to make it happen. I really have the same vision that you do, Lucy, that is just making Southwest Florida people wanting to move there, because Miami is very crowded, Orlando is very crowded, and then there's a
Mm,
lot of people that just want to get out of these places, um, to another place that is growing. So obviously, effectively, years later, they're going to accumulate value on these properties. I'm talking about families and investors. It's a great place. It's very beautiful place. Even myself, I was amazed of not just the place itself, that the good people that we have found there. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that Iliana's part of it and she's experienced it herself.
yes, absolutely. You know, this is a great opportunity for both of you. You know, if you really position yourself properly in the market, because I mean, let's be real, the consumer has a lot of choices. The consumer has a lot of options. Obviously, there's a lot of, you know, big box builders, like I like to call them, big box builders, national brands that are out there. So I think that knowing, you know, knowing your contenders is important, and knowing what you can bring to the table as a unique value proposition is now more valuable than ever. So, speaking about competitive advantage, I wanted to ask Iliana, from your conversation with buyers, and how do you run your day-to-day operation? How do you get the properties in front of more buyers? How does that conversation go for you? And what do you say? What do they tell you?
So what I'm seeing right now, the buyers are very mixed. We have first time buyers, relocation buyers like from Miami. We have buyers that are wanting to upsize but at a more attainable price. Um, so pretty much I should position these homes in three pillars, which is like affordability, customization, because the houses, the upgrades are standards, and equity growth.
Awesome. Jennifer, what do you want the people that are listening to you now? I mean, we've got a good amount of audience, so thank you everyone for sharing, and I hope that your Orlando team, Jennifer is sharing, and Iliana's, real estate colleagues and team partners are sharing, because, this is what it's about. It's about getting your message out there, and that's why I love doing this podcast every week because I am the voice. I always say that I am the voice of Southwest Florida. I am, the one that is bringing the business amplification. Believe it or not, right now, that is my mission is to amplify businesses, is to help businesses thrive and scale. What do you want, Jennifer, the people that are watching us now, to really know about you that goes beyond brick and mortar, that goes beyond appliances, that goes beyond, just another structure? What do you really want them to know about you as a builder or what you do?
That everything is possible if you do the right thing. um, that you're gonna see challenges, but challenges will bring opportunities, and that's good. I like challenges, and people, they, instead of thinking about going, I mean, a lot of people, they complain about the market that is going down, or for whatever reason, but I see opportunities. uh, I'm coming from, from the recession from 2008, and you too, Lucy, so you know how
Yep,
hard it was back in the day.
yep.
But that, after a few years or some years later, it was one of the biggest opportunities for investors to start buying houses, flipping houses back in the day. So right now is a good chance to take opportunities to just, once again, for me, it's very important to team up with the right people. It's not just about me, myself, and I. If I don't have a good team behind me, nothing will happen. And definitely just keep um, challenging yourself every day, that nothing is just the end of the world, that everything comes or happens for a reason, and that gives you a big scenario to take good opportunities in life. And then at the
Hmm.
end, because like I have experienced so many years that I've been in construction, so many stories that I have behind, but all of the stories, the good and even the bad ones, have given me the opportunity to grow. So I'm
Right.
telling everyone that looking at me now is just like opportunity to keep growing. Everything can be happen if you do it right and you actually care. Because something that I seen in real estate, some people don't. I mean, like you say, Lucy, sometimes they just go to the closing table and I did the closing, and that's it.
And
I
that's
think
it.
more than that, being part of it, feel like you are the one buying the house, feel like that
Uh-huh.
you're the one doing the marketing, feel like that you're the one dealing with the customers. So be part of it, and
Right.
then in everything that you do, use the good strategy and with good people.
Let's talk about the client experience. I run multiple companies, as many people know, and my world is not easy. But let's talk about the client experience. I'm a firm believer that we are in a world where really we're not that important anymore. The consumer can go to ChatGPT, the consumer can go online. ChatGPT will give them information 90 times faster. ChatGPT never sleeps. ChatGPT always responds, which is one of the biggest dilemmas in our industry. Realtors that don't answer the phone, professionals that don't respond quickly. I always say that. Um, so when it comes to client experience, Iliana, what do you do different than your average real estate professional to really make that client experience exceptional, world class?
Okay, well, number one, I respond quickly. um, I also make them feel like they're family, like I become their friend. They're not, to me, a client is not just a client. They're not just a paycheck. So I see them more as if I'm helping my own family buy a home.
Let's talk about the challenges. Jennifer, what challenges? Because this is Agents in the Trenches, and we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. When we're on
That's
social
good. I like to
media,
talk about everything.
yes, when you look at social media, and I'm very intentional, I use social media. I do not allow social media to use me. So if you look at my social media right now, my team and I are on a mission and we are very intentional and we are doing things, we're really pushing ourselves hard because we understand how social media works. But when I look at social media, one of the things that I realize is everybody has a perfect life on social media. Everybody's a millionaire, everybody is happy, everybody is winning. But you and I both know that is not always the truth. Not everybody that's smiling is, really happy. Let's talk about the struggles. What are some of the struggles that we are seeing in 2026?
Well, everything's come actually from 2025, so making it happen to 2026. The struggles, yeah, because not everything is good. The struggles is when, and I have experienced it myself, when you actually rely in people, or even clients, in that you want to actually help them out to the extreme, and then at the end they don't really realize that we're actually helping them. That is not part of my job, like part of my job is building, right, making a whole nice experience to everyone. But I'm not everything, right? So everything has a role. And I guess, if once again, if you don't have, like, I want to be involved into everything, right? That's me. It's always been me. But at the same time, it's
Hmm.
not always good when you're in real estate, because you cannot do everything at the same time. And then the clients, they think that you can do absolutely everything for them. So now it's not even a warranty issue. It's something that they break, and then it's part of the warranty issue. So
Right,
that has been a situation for me, according to the clients. If we actually need to guide them good, so that's why we have this warranty team that guide them to the
right.
whole process, to let them know, okay, look, this is a warranty thing, or issue, and this is something that you need to take care of your own home, because this is your house. That is
Helping
on
them
the
understand
customer's
that.
perspectives.
Yeah.
But on
Okay.
the real estate agent's perspective, I seen, I would like, some of them, right? Because I do have a lot of respect for agents, but I would like for them to understand that we need to be in the same pace, because it's not just about getting paid. It's not about, wow, I make my check and then I run away. It's about making connections, not just with the
Mm,
clients, but with the builders. We're here to help
right.
real estate agents too, to grow. And then the clients are happy to see that realtor doing the great job that they do, but they just don't disappear on them, right? Because all of us are making this happen. So I think those have been the most struggles that I've been dealing with so far.
How about you, Iliana? What struggles do you see happening in the market and in general?
In general, I see buyers scared.
Okay. What does that mean? Tell us more.
As in interest rates, what's going on in the market, a lot of them are scared or uncertain.
Uncertain, yes, I agree. I totally agree.
Better word.
But yes, uncertain. So let me ask you, how about the competitive pricing? Because if you guys remember when I don't know what happened. I don't recall exactly what happened, but
Oh yes,
the price of eggs started going up higher and higher. I'm like, what happened? Are the chickens no longer laying eggs? So when a product when a product is scarce, when a product is limited, obviously the prices go up. But right now we have about 10 months of inventory.
yes,
Right now, builders like yourself, Jennifer, are facing a market you have never seen before. Right now we are facing the consumer uncertainty, the market um, shift that nobody has seen before. Nobody has seen this before because most of the realtors and brokers are less than 10 years in the business, right? So, what about the pricing, the competitive pricing? Has that been a struggle? How have you adjusted? What mindset shifts did you have to do? Who did you listen to? Tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes because I know when you're sitting down doing the numbers, it doesn't look so sexy anymore.
True, that's true. Definitely, the numbers are super important here. Um, and we're struggling just because, obviously, we just need to be competitive on the pricing too, and that's when we got the first situation 2 years ago. That was actually into 2024, and it's true. We needed to accommodate the prices. We didn't do it back in the day. Nobody knew what was going to happen, like it's happening right now. So we have to talk as the market speaks. So the market is speaking. You need to lower the prices. So we had to do everything possible to make it happen and lower the prices at the same time, not to go so low just because we not want to damage the market, and that goes for every builder, right? We need to adjust, but don't go crazy to the level that is like everything is going to be so uh, inexpensive, because we don't want Southwest Florida or any town, to lower the prices to the max. But obviously, it has to be some adjustments on.
Right.
And what I've seen so far, not just on the quality of the work that we do, but in reality for all the builders, there and this is a good opportunity for investors, because right now the price is there very low. So for them, it's a great opportunity, because I know this is not going to stay forever like this. And the houses that they're getting at this point, they have all the things that a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful house can have for a lower price. So as a matter of fact, I have a friend that came visited from Colombia, and then I talked to her about everything, like you said, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. And I said, look, even though the situation is here as it is right now, but it's not going to stay like this forever. So it's a good opportunity to invest, yeah, because on this
Mm-hmm.
market, then 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you're gonna get all your money and your return, of the investment.
Right.
Um, so it's just changing a little bit of the strategy, but the
Right.
opportunity is always there.
So what is the biggest goal that you have, Iliana, for marketing and promoting these homes in 2026? What have you, what's your goal? Somebody asked in the comments, what's the goal for 2026? And so as the sales representative, tell us what that looks like.
um, well, for marketing is to keep pushing the properties worldwide, because there are investors internationally as well, not just local anymore. We're in a new era business, like you say, Coach Lucy. So I feel like social media is a very big tool that we need to use as real estate professionals. Speaking for JNO Vision's goal as a builder and as their sales representative, I want them to grow massively. I want them. The vision that I have for them is, I mean, I don't know if they have this vision, but I have this vision for them where they're as big as D.R. Horton. So I want them to build everywhere. But I know a time that will come. But marketing is very good because we need to have a
Yes.
presence. Um,
Marketing is very important.
yeah.
My team and I just did our scorecard. We just did our scorecard this past Friday because I like to grade myself. I don't know if you guys grade yourself. I don't know if the people that are watching grade yourself. You got to grade yourself on your performance, on your results. You've got to grade yourself on your execution. You've got to grade yourself in everything you do. Like you get really right now, I tell you guys this, Jennifer and Iliana, as my guest on Agents in the Trenches, and everybody knows that I preach and I teach and I practice this. If you are not on point with how you're performing, you're only self-sabotaging, right? Because somebody else is going to come and do bigger, better, bolder, brighter, more brilliant things than we do. So we always have to be grading. And one of the things that my team and I just did, we graded what we're doing for our premier partners. And it was incredible, incredible to see the power that we have on social media, the power that we have where one of our premier partners just in the last 90 days got over 50,000 views on some of the stuff that we put out there. You know, we're able to give them over 540 personal impressions in the last 90 days. So I tell you that because that's what I do, right? That's what I do as a businesswoman. That's what I do as an entrepreneur. I grade myself. So, Jennifer, tell us in the last minute and a half that we have left, what is your goal and how much of your impression do you want to put out there on the market?
For Iliana, for me, or for
Jennifer,
both.
Jennifer.
To put it out there in the market, definitely social media is a plus. Right now, excuse me, excuse me, everybody deals with social media. If you're not on top of it, you're losing at this time. So
Hmm.
whatever is knowledge, podcast, um, videos. I love what you do. I follow you, Lucy. Definitely. You're very good at what you do, and I feel proud of what you do. By the way, because
Thank
you
you.
are actually getting other people, like right now with the agents in the trenches, getting to know other people.
Right,
Because I know what you're trying to do is make this community grow. Everybody grows, and I love that. And the way to do it is doing through marketing. So, like you say, I don't let ChatGPT use me. I use ChatGPT. So we need to use all these good things because we are from the, we're not, how can I explain, we're not in this new generation. We didn't have the chance to have something as beautiful as all these benefits that
yes,
we are getting right now. So we need to give the most of the use for all the applications, whatever stuff that is out there, to use it in our favor. And I
right,
think that we're going to create, and it's actually creating impact in no longer nationwide, but internationally.
right.
So I think moving into that direction is what everybody's going, and doing it the right way with the good knowledge, with the good people.
That's awesome. Well, I think there's no better way to end this podcast than with those amazing words. And yes, I agree. You know, we are definitely, like I always say, in a new era of business. Jennifer, I want to thank you for your valuable time. I know you're a very busy woman. Iliana, thank you for accepting the invitation to be here. It's always a pleasure to, see the two sides of your organization. And so, that's a wrap for us today. I'm going to leave you guys with some commercials from our Premier Partners, which we truly appreciate every Premier Partner that gives us the opportunity to make them omnipresent, visible, relevant on everything that we do, and building connections and closing transactions and building deals. So if you also want to be a Premier Partner, reach out to me because the scorecard is out and the numbers are impressive. Thank you, ladies. I hope you visit us again soon.
Definitely. Thank you, Lucy. Appreciate it. Thank you, Liana. And I see you next time.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys, we'll see you next time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lauren Maxwell, and I am with the Maxwell Mortgage Team in the state of Florida for 36 years, and I help people finance the American dream. Let me help you. I look forward to meeting you.
Red Sun Insurance. Dándote el poder de crecer. Red Sun Insurance. RedZoneInsurance.com.
Red Zone Insurance tiene increíbles oportunidades de franquicias y queremos compartirlas contigo. Llama al 305-255-1901 y conocerás el camino a emprender tu propio negocio, tu propia franquicia. 305-255-1901.
Red Sun Insurance.